This is the next part of fluids and their circulation. 16th part. Here we are going to talk about double circulation. Okay, already you might have learned what is single circulation in the beginning of this lesson. I have told you we did comparative study of circulatory systems of vertebrates. Okay, at that time we learned single circulation, incomplete double circulation, and complete double circulation. Now we are going to talk about complete double circulation in human beings. Okay, the blood is pumped by the right ventricle. The blood pumped by the right ventricle enters the pulmonary artery, whereas the left ventricle pumps the blood into the aorta. Okay, let me show you that one. What is this one? This is the left ventricle. Left ventricle pumping blood into fourth one, pulmonary artery. What is this one? B. What is this B? What is this ventricle? This is the left ventricle. Left ventricle pumping blood into what is this to aorta. From this right ventricle through the pulmonary artery, it is going to the blood going to the pulmonary artery to lungs, and from the aorta it is going to the body parts. See here, blood is pumped by the right ventricle. Blood pumped by the right ventricle enters the pulmonary artery. Enters the pulmonary artery, whereas the left ventricle pumps blood into left ventricle. This is the left ventricle pumps blood into what is this to aorta. Okay, right. The deoxygenated blood pumped into the pulmonary arch or pulmonary artery is passed on to the lungs from where okay, now this is the deoxygenated blood, the blue color one, DOB, deoxygenated blood, and here oxygenation of blood takes place, and now the oxygenated blood coming through the pulmonary veins, these three pulmonary vein, and from the pulmonary vein through it is coming to the through the pulmonary vein it is coming to the pulmonary vein to left ventricle. It is coming to the left atrium. Okay, see here, are passed under the lungs and next carried by the pulmonary veins to the left atrium. This pathway constitutes the pulmonary circulation. Okay, from here I started. This is the what is this one? Okay, what is this one? Right ventricle. I started from the left ventricle, then from here to this part, and again I have reached here. Okay, this circulation is called as a pulmonary circuit or pulmonary circulation. That circuit is called pulmonary circuit and circulation is called pulmonary circulation. It is the lesser circulation. The distance is very less here. This is the lesser circulation. Observe here, pulmonary circulation, systemic circulation, double circulation we are talking here. It is a lesser distance circulation, less circulation. This is the great distance circulation, greater circulation. It is starting from the right ventricle. From the right ventricle, the blood is pumped in the pulmonary artery. Now the deoxygenated blood is going to the lungs through the pulmonary vein. It has reached the left atrium. Okay, look at this in diagram. This is the left ventricle, right ventricle. From right ventricle to blood is coming in this part, and it is going to the lungs here, and again it is coming through the vein, it has come to the left atrium. This is called pulmonary circulation, PC. Here, this is the oxygenated blood in this part. Here, this is the oxygenated blood. Okay, come to the next part, systemic circulation. The oxygenated blood entering the aorta is carried by the network of arteries, blood nerve. Earlier in the first point, I told you blood from the left ventricle is pumped into the aorta. Okay, now from the oxygenated blood entering the aorta is carried by a network of arteries, arterioles, capillaries to the tissues from where it is going to the tissues from where the oxygenated blood entering the aorta is carried by a network of arteries, arterioles, capillaries to the tissues where deoxygenated blood is collected by the system of venules, veins, and vena cava and emptied in the right ventricle. This is the systemic circulation. Okay, I will show you this one. Oxygenated blood entering the here, come here, from the left ventricle the blood is entering into the aorta. Okay, this is the 2. From the left ventricle the blood is coming to the aorta in this way. Okay, from then this aorta divides into arteries divide form arterioles further divide and form capillaries. You can see here these are the systemic capillaries. Okay, these are also systemic capillary, but these they have deoxygenated blood. Capillaries to the tissues where the deoxygenated blood is collected by the system of venules, veins, and vena cava. Now there is a deoxygenated blood is connected by systemic. Here there are venules are there, vein is there, and vena cava. Now it is coming to the right atrium. Okay, I have started here from I have come here. I have started here from this part, and I have come here this part. Okay, this part is called systemic circulation, systemic circuit. Okay, what is meant by circuit? You know, circuit means the path in which electricity flows. That is the circuit. Here in zoology, here the circuit means the path in which blood flows is called circuit. The path in which blood flows is called circuit. Okay, this is one circuit. Okay, this is the carrying blood to the lungs and from the lungs to heart, heart to lungs, and again from lungs to heart. Here, heart to body parts, again from body parts to heart. This from heart, heart to body parts, heart to body parts, again from heart. This is the systemic circuit. Here, from heart going to the lungs, again coming to the heart. This is the pulmonary circuit. Okay, that's about that point. Next one, this is the systemic circulation, and it is a greater circulation. And what is the significance of this circulation? Okay, what provides this circulation to our body parts? It provides nutrients, it provides oxygen and other essential substances to our tissues. Okay, this blood now, okay, this blood here, it is carrying nutrients, it is carrying oxygen, other useful substances here. Now it is bringing what it brings, deoxygenated blood, carbon dioxide, other waste minerals, it is bringing to the heart. Okay, provides oxygen, other substances to the tissues, and collects CO2 and other harmful substances away for their elimination. Okay, it brings carbon dioxide and gives to the lungs. Okay, and in this way the waste minerals are removed from the body. That's about double circulation. Now we are going to talk about another types of circulation. One is called portal circulation, PORTL, portal circulation. Another one is called coronary circulation. What is portal circulation? A blood vessel that starts in capillaries and ends in capillaries is called portal vessel. I am drawing here one blood vessel, and this blood vessel is starting with capillaries, and it is starting with the capillaries and also ending with capillaries. Okay, the blood vessel that starts in capillaries and ends in capillary is called as a portal vessel. A system of portal vessel is named after the name of the organ in which it ends in. If it ends in, okay, this is the starting point, this is ending. If it ends in heart, okay, ends in liver, it is called hepatic portal vein. If it ends in kidney, this is called renal portal vein. Renal portal vein. If it ends in, okay, this one, what is this one? Liver. It is called hepatic portal vein. If it the word hepatic denotes heart, sorry, liver. The word renal denotes kidney. As it is ending in kidney, it is called renal portal vein. In this way, a system of portal vessel is named after the name of the organ in which it ends in. If it ends in kidney, it is called renal portal vein. If it ends in liver, it is called hepatic portal vein. In man, there is a portal system between and digestive tract and liver. Okay, let us see what is meant by portal vessel here. Okay, this is the portal vessel, which is starting as well as ending in capillaries. Hepatic portal system. Okay, in our body there is a portal system between digestive tract and liver. This is called hepatic portal system. Hepatic portal vein, okay, carries blood from the gut to the liver before it is delivered to the systemic circulation via the heart. Observe here. Okay, what is this one? This here there is a liver here. Okay, liver and the intestine. Okay, liver and the intestine. Okay, here you can observe here. This is the here liver, and from the liver the blood is coming to this part. I will show you here. Okay, what is this one? Liver. Okay, for which blood vessel bringing blood from gut, digestive tract or gut to liver? That is called hepatic portal vein. Okay, this system is called hepatic portal system. Hepatic portal system. Okay, look at this. Why it is called portal vein? It is ending in capillaries here. It is also starting with capillary. That's why it is called hepatic portal vein. The hepatic portal vein carries blood from the gut to the liver before it is delivered to from the gut to the liver before it is delivered to, this is the systemic circulation. Just now we learned this is the systemic circulation. What is this one? Pulmonary circulation. Okay, before blood is delivered into the systemic circulation, here blood is passing through the liver here, passing through the liver. Okay, then is the observed food such as sugars, when present in excess, are converted to glycogen, which is called as animal starch and is stored in the liver cells by a process called glycogenesis. What do you mean by glycogenesis? If glucose is converted to glycogen, that is called glycogenesis, that takes place in liver cells in the presence of insulin hormone. Okay, these observed substances such as sugars, when present in excess, they are converted to glycogen and stored in the liver by a process called glycogenesis. Next, third circulation is coronary circulation. It is exclusively for heart. Okay, this circulation, what is the importance of this circulation? Okay, this circulation, okay, it carries oxygenated blood to the heart, to the walls of the heart, and from the walls of the heart it brings deoxygenated blood. A special coronary system of blood vessels is present in human body exclusively for the circulation of blood to the heart and from the heart, okay, or cardiac musculature of the heart. This is called coronary circulation. The coronary circulation in humans includes the right and left coronary arteries, right and left coronary arteries, and four cardiac veins. Four cardiac veins and coronary veins I will show you. Coronary circulation in humans include, first let me show you right and left coronary arteries. Okay, you observe here, this is the right coronary artery and this is the left coronary artery here. Left coronary artery. Yes, left coronary artery behind the pulmonary trunk, left coronary artery. Okay, these are the coronary arteries arising from the aorta. What is the function of this coronary artery? They carry oxygenated blood, oxygenated blood to the walls of the heart. That is the function of this one. The coronary circulation of humans include two coronary arteries, two coronary arteries. Okay, include two. One is right coronary artery, another one left coronary artery, and four cardiac veins are coronary veins. Four cardiac veins are okay. You can observe here cardiac vein, great cardiac vein, anterior cardiac vein, and small cardiac vein, and next one middle cardiac vein. Okay, these all together we call, okay, these all coronary veins open in coronary sinus. They all are opening. This one and this one, they all are opening into coronary sinus. Coronary sinus is, what is the coronary sinus? It is a vein. It is a vein which opens into right atrium. At its opening, there is a valve. Can you tell me what is the valve present at the opening of the coronary sinus in right atrium? That is called valve of Thebesius. Valve of Thebesius. Okay, that's the end of this topic. The next one is regulation of cardiac activity. Okay, prepare this one thoroughly. What are the three topics we covered here? Double circulation, pulmonary circulation, and coronary circulation.